This video tutorial describes the procedure for upgrading your Epic Dragon or Scarlet Dragon to the new DSMC Interchangeable OLPF system. This upgrade is not compatible with Mysterium X cameras. In addition to the items provided, you'll need T6 and T20 Torx drivers, alcohol cleaning wipes, cleaning swabs and solution, powder-free nitrile gloves, and an LED flashlight. Before you begin, turn off the brain. Remove the lens, attached modules, cables, and accessories. Use a T20 Torx driver to remove the lens mount. Use a gas duster and a damp, lint-free cloth to clean the brain. Gently remove any dust or debris that may have gathered around the OLPF sensor cavity. First, use the spudgers or plastic tweezers to remove the tamper stickers. Use the back of the tamper stickers to remove any excess adhesive. Next, remove the OLPF assembly screws using a T6 Torx driver. Once you continue, the optical cavity and sensor glass will be exposed. Being familiar with this procedure and performing these steps carefully and in succession reduces the chance of dust or debris contaminating the optical cavity or sensor glass. Insert the pointed tip of a spudger in between the top thread hole of the camera and the countersink of the OLPF assembly. Gently lift the fixed OLPF assembly. Slide the flat side of the second spudger beneath the OLPF assembly as shown. Compress the fixed OLPF assembly between your thumbs and the spudgers. Push down on the outside of the spudgers using leverage to remove the fixed OLPF assembly. You'll want to return this for credit. Loosen the thumb screw on the OLPF removal tool to open the clamp. Gently insert the tool on the top left corner of the optical cavity. Position the tool over the gasket so that the clamping surfaces surround the upper ridge of the gasket. Tighten the thumb screw on the fixed OLPF removal tool to clamp the gasket. Ensure the gasket is tightly clamped by pulling the tool away from the top left corner of the optical cavity. You'll be able to see the gasket stretch, and it should remain tightly clamped. Hold the tool there. With the blade provided, make a cut from the top left corner approximately halfway across the horizontal plane of the optical cavity. Use the edge of the optical cavity as your guide for this cut. Do not use excessive force. Reposition the blade to the top left corner of the optical cavity and make a cut down the vertical plane. Then remove the blade. Be aware that the sensor cover glass is directly below the gasket. Do not cut near or over the camera sensor. Slowly pull the OLPF removal tool out of the optical cavity and away from the camera. Continue to pull slowly. The gasket should tear around the edges. Ensure that none of the remaining gasket material interferes with the area around the edges of the sensor. Use an LED light to ensure that the optical cavity is free of dust and debris. Use an alcohol cleaning swab and a small amount of cleaning solution to remove any dust or debris that may have gathered on the outside surface around the optical cavity. Ensure that your new interchangeable OLPF is also clean and free of debris. Then insert the new OLPF into the optical cavity. Insert and loosely tighten the 4 OLPF assembly screws using a T6 Torx driver. Then fully tighten the screws, but don't exceed 30 inch-ounces of torque. When you request the interchangeable OLPF upgrade, RED will email you and create a custom preset file to update your camera based on your brain's 9-digit PIN. This preset file requires DSMC firmware version 5.1.64, version 5.2.28, and version 5.3.9 or later. It's also linked to the 9-digit PIN of the brain it's intended for. Don't use a custom preset file on a different brain. These instructions are provided for use at your own risk. For more information, refer to the instructions provided. If you experience any difficulties during this procedure, contact RED support.